got a check engine light on here, and that is due to a fault in the Egr valve. Usually they'll recommend that you replace the whole thing for about $400, but I'm going to attempt to decarbonize it. The Egr valve is supposed to improve emissions, and sometimes it can get clogged up with carbon. It could keep one of the valves open or closed. To get to the valve, I'm going to have to remove the manifold, so while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and replace the spark plugs too. So on the Chrysler 300, the Egr valve is located way back there, so I'm going to have to take this off. Loosen that up, so I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the battery now. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and remove the air filter and this hose here. Once you remove these side bolts, it's a pain in the ass. You'll either need a long wrench and a 13mm extension, or you've got to force the little bars out. Alright, so I got it off finally. You want to cover this up right here so you don't drop anything in there. Now I'm gonna have to replace this sponge here. It's falling apart. It's pretty nasty, so kind of sucks since I already took the car apart. Can't go to the store. The Egr valve is right back here. Right there. It's still kind of hard to get to, but I'm going to go ahead and try and change out these spark plugs real quick. I'm going to undo these two things here and then pop it out. Alright, and just pull this out. This has a magnetic tip, so it keeps this on the end when you yank it out of the hole there. Put a little bit of anti-seize on it, so the next person that has to take it out won't have a hard time doing it. Alrighty, so we've got all of these spark plugs done. Now I'm going to take a little break. And here's the problem right here. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this out and put it back in. Pick up a wire brush from a plumbing supply store. You can clean it out. Here and here, this is just a 1/2-inch wire brush. Alright, got the manifold back on. Now I just got to reconnect the air filter. Good idea to put a towel right here, so that your belt buckle doesn't scratch up the car while you're leaning over to work back there. Ready? So it's all done. So these are all the tools you'll need to complete the job here. Standard screwdriver, extender, ratchet, 1/2-inch wire brush, some sockets, carb cleaner, variety of pliers help out. This is a cheater bar to get more leverage on your ratchet. This guy is very important. What this does is it bends so that you can get into hard to reach places. Don't start the job without one of these. You're going to need it. And of course, the last things you're going to need is a towel and another towel or old rag to cover up your engine when you're working. Alright, here's the moment of truth. And it looks like it's gone. No more check engine light. Alright, now we'll just do a quick test drive and make sure everything's working right. So the hardest part of this job was actually getting my hands behind the engine to take the Egr valve out to clean it. It was a very small space, so that was the worst part. Replacement Egr valve is $70, and the labor quoted to do it is around anywhere from $200 to $300. So overall, this just cost me $5 for a can of carb cleaning fluid, and that's it.